सजाए वीर का श्रृंगार कर ले चले economics with music. Hello young India, this is the time for functions of RBI. Let's start. Yes, today we are going to discuss about the functions of RBI. Functions of RBI. What all functions the RBI do and what is about RBI? It's an apex bank of all the banking service industries. कितने सारे commercial banks होते हैं इंडिया के अंदर, वो सारे banking service industries का ये superior bank what is called RBI. RBI established in the year of 1935, 1st of April 1935. It is nationalized in the year of 1949. Understand? And what all are the functions? Each and every nation is having its own central bank. The name of central bank is called Reserve Bank of India. One more thing I want to make you understand that, have you ever heard about the name of World Bank? What's the name of World Bank? This is extra. What is the name of World Bank? It's not there in the syllabus. Just only for knowing. Do you know? IBRD. What is IBRD? International Bank for R which implies reconstruction, not a rural. Reconstruction and development. Reconstruction and International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. This is called IBRD. This is the name of World Bank. Okay, this is not in the syllabus. You don't worry about it. This is only for making you know about this, the name of World Bank. Yes, of course, we are discussing about the functions of RBI. What the RBI do for? RBI फर्स्ट सबसे पहले अपनी आरबीआई क्या करता है? करेंसी अथॉरिटी फंक्शन. फर्स्ट फंक्शन इज करेंसी अथॉरिटी फंक्शन. The RBI issue currency notes in our country. RBI issue currency notes in our country. अपने कंट्री में कौन करेंसी नोट्स इश्यू करते हैं? द हीरो आरबीआई, द सुपर हीरो, द सुपरमैन. आरबीआई डू इश्यू करेंसी नोट्स. अंडरस्टैंड? एंड 1 rupee coins and notes are issued by whom? आपको ये लिखना है. 1 rupee coins and notes are issued by that's all. Right? So 1 rupee coins and notes are issued by Finance Ministry of India. 1 mark question make up. If it is coming, fortunately, 1 mark is in our pocket. We are not supposed to skip it. Okay? And now we'll move to that currency authority function of RBI. We already know that only RBI is having the right to issue currency notes. What are the main features of issuing currency notes only by RBI? Why RBI only can issue currency notes? What is the reason? Because of 3 features mainly we have to focus. One is it leads to, because of it what it leads to uniformity in notes, right? Uniformity in notes. And the second one we can do it controls credit. We can write over credit. इकोनॉमी में सभी लोग नोट्स इश्यू करेंगे तो फिर वैल्यू ऑफ मनी क्या होगा? सो ओनली आरबीआई इज हैविंग द राइट टू इश्यू करेंसी नोट्स. दैट इज द रीजन, राइट? सो ओवर क्रेडिट को कंट्रोल करके अपना इकोनॉमी को मैनेज करके बैलेंसिंग करके आगे बढ़ना है तो ओनली 1 पर्सनालिटी मीन्स ओनली 1 इंस्टीट्यूशन नीड्स टू बी इश्यू द करेंसी नोट्स. Understand? And it should be legally authorized by and public accepted by. Understand? So that is the third point, public faith and what is it? Public faith in currency notes. Okay, public faith in currency note. This only the function of RBI in currency authority function of RBI. This question once asked by CBSE examination. Once it has come, it was 4 marks or 3 marks, something like that. So how do we going to write it? How do you going to write according to the word limit? Word limit we have to focus. One line if we are writing, you want to get a full marks, right? So how can we write it? You just do introduce the RBI, about the RBI bank, which means that RBI is the apex bank of all the body of banking service industries, all the commercial bank, and RBI established in the year of 1st of April 1935. It is nationalized in the year of 1949. Then after you have to write the futures. Why does? And the currency notes are authorized to issue by. Currency notes are authorized to issued by only RBI itself. Understand? Except 1 rupee coins and notes. Right? You can write. You write these all things. Then after, why it is particularly asking the RBI only to issue these currency notes? Because of maintaining leads to uniformity in notes का uniformity को maintain करने के लिए, and control over credit. ज़्यादा पैसा अपने सप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हैं, issue नहीं कर सकते हैं. Some limits are there according to the law, according to the finance ministry instructions given to the RBI. They do issue currency notes according to the economic condition of the country. The RBI do issue currency notes. Then it can maintain the public faith इन करेंसी नोट्स के अंदर एक फेथ होता है, बिलीवनेस होते हैं, अपने अंदर एक क्या है, ट्रस्ट होता है. अंडरस्टैंड? सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स हमको मेंटेन करना है तो only one organization needs to issue the currency notes. That is the reason that the currency authority function is given to RBI itself. This is the first function of RBI. Right? Now we are going to discussing about the second function of RBI. I hope you all are understanding, and don't get lazy, don't get to feel boring. When we feel boring, when we are not interested in studies, that time we do feel boring. I'm not thinking you people are like that. Memories follow me left and right. I can overcome. I don't know. Second function of RBI, bankers to the government function. Here RBI do services to the central government and the state government. Like how commercial bank do function for the public, right? The central bank do function for the central government as well as all the state government of the country. That is the second function of RBI. For example, if the central bank want to open the account, yes, it can open account in RBI. It can borrow money from RBI when there is a financial crisis in the government. The same like the state government also get all the functions which is done by the commercial bank to the public, as it is the functions who will do for the government, this RBI do for the government. And the third function is that bankers bank and the supervisor. Yes, as an apex bank of the country, the Reserve Bank of India do supervise the bank, commercial banks, and instruct, it's regulate, it facilitate, as well as the same supervise. Right? The RBI do supervise all the commercial banking system, and even the government also is supervised by what? RBI. Understand? That is the reason that RBI is an apex bank of all the banking service industries. Is that clear? And the third function is that custodian of cash reserve. Very simple and easy. Custodian. Custodian. Who is in the custody? The bank's reserves are in the custody of commercial, means RBI. That custodian of foreign, what is it? Custodian of cash reserve, not foreign, custodian of cash reserve. Custodian custodian of cash reserve. Here, what we have to be keep it in mind, LRR. What is LRR? Legal reserve ratio. Already we have discussed in the previous video that I told you some fraction of amount from the total deposit the commercial bank needs to maintain within themselves. Like the custodian of cash reserves, commercial bank needs to give some percentage from LRR to Reserve Bank of India. For what purpose? Whenever the commercial bank is facing any of the financial crisis, against this security of fraction of amount, RBI do lend money to commercial bank. Understand? So there are two categories of legal reserve ratio. One is SLR and the another one is CRR. SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. Statutory liquidity ratio. Have to write it statutory. Statutory. What did you pronounce? I don't know. Liquidity ratio. And cash reserve ratio. Right. Statutory liquidity ratio and cash reserve ratio. What is exactly statutory liquidity ratio? This is the amount of or the fraction of amount which the commercial bank needs to maintain within themselves from the fraction of amount. Understand? From the 15% from this SLR, the commercial banks are legally what or compulsory to maintain within RBI. Maintain within RBI. That is in the form of CRR. That is what called the cash reserve ratio. Understand? So this reserve ratio is under the custody of whom? RBI. That is what called custodian of cash reserve ratio. Understand? So this is the fourth function of RBI. First we have discussed about the function of RBI, currency authority function. Second we have discussed about bankers to the government function. And the third, bankers bank and the supervisor function. Now the fourth we have discussed about the custodian of cash reserve function of RBI. There are two categories of cash reserves. One is LRR. And LRR categorized into two types, which is SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, that amount is maintained in commercial bank within themselves, and the second one is that CRR, cash reserve ratio. This amount is maintained in RBI by commercial bank. That is what the another function of RBI we are calling here custodian of cash reserve ratio. You are getting more? You are getting more? Le chale amra sunan. See, next function we are discussing about lender of last resort function of RBI. Here, when the commercial bank is failed to meet their financial requirements, when the commercial bank is failed to meet their financial requirements, what do? The RBI advance loan to commercial bank. Advance loan to commercial bank. So this is lender of last resort function of RBI. Means lender of last resort function, last resort. When the commercial bank is sacrificing money is according to their requirements, उनके पास पैसा नहीं है, कोई public बार बार बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे लोन दो लोन दो लोन दो, फिर बेचारे जाएंगे कॉमर्शियल बैंक, वो तो इश्यू नहीं कर सकते हैं करेंसी, वो बेचारे सोचेंगे मैं कहाँ से इनको लोन दो, कहाँ से मेरा फाइनेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट को मैं फुलफिल करो, मेरा जरूरी मैं कैसे क्या करो फुलफिल करो। सो क्या करेंगे अपने कॉमर्शियल बैंक, जाएंगे किसके पास, आरबीआई के पास जाएंगे, आरबीआई के पास जाके नॉक टंग टंग टंग, देन आफ्टर विल आस्क दैट आरबीआई आरबीआई थोड़ा सा पैसा दे दे मुझे, थोड़ा सा पैसा दे दे, मेरे पब्लिक पूछ रहा है मेरे से। सी दिस इज व्हाट द लास्ट फंक्शन, फिफ्थ फंक्शन ऑफ लेंडर ऑफ लास्ट रिसोर्ट फंक्शन व्हेन द कमर्शियल बैंक इज फेल टू मीट देयर फाइनेंशियल रिक्वायरमेंट। Who will help out? The RBI do help out through advancing loan to the commercial bank. That is the fifth function of what? RBI. And now we are discussing about the sixth function of RBI. RBI is not only doing till fifth function, it's doing more functions. And the next function is clearing house function. Oh my God, घर साफ करने के लिए भी जाते हैं अपने RBI? No. What is the clearing house function of RBI? Let's see. Okay, clearing house function of RBI. Clearing house function of RBI, as every commercial bank has their account, each and every commercial bank, State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Oriental Bank of Commerce and Bank of India, like all the banking service industries do open account in RBI. Like so what can do, the RBI can easily act as a clearing house for commercial bank easily. This RBI can play important role for clearing house whenever there is a problem in getting back the loan and all. So this RBI can help out the commercial bank for clearing through the process of clearing house. What is exactly it is? Clearing house function of RBI, the function of settling account is known as clearing house function of RBI. What is to settling the account of commercial bank? If anyone has borrowed a loan and the individual is not unable to repay the loan, so in that situation what the commercial bank can, RBI can do, RBI can help out the commercial bank. That function is what called the function of settling account is known as clearing house function. It is also, this RBI is also supervise and control, even regulates the commercial banks. Understand? Through the process of clearing house function. So this is the sixth function of RBI. Now what we are going to discussing about the sixth function of RBI. Yes. The sixth function of RBI, Custodian of Foreign Exchange Reserve. It is the responsibility of RBI to keep the external money of a country stable. Stable यानी balancing the economy of the country. अपने country का economy को balance करना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? अपना the hero, the apex bank of the country needs to be there for helping us out. जैसे भगवान हमारे सामने है, हमको पता है हमारे साथ श्री रघुनाथ तो किस बात की चिंता। जैसे ही अपनी कॉमर्शियल बैंक सोचते हैं कि हमारे आरबीआई हमारे साथ है तो हमको किस बात की चिंता। जैसे ही अपना देश में, अपना इंडिया में अब आरबीआई का रोल होते ना, आरबीआई के रोल बहुत बड़ा है। जैसा हीरो है, अपनी कंट्री का हीरो है कौन? आरबीआई, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। ठीक है। सो दिस कस्टोडियन ऑफ फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रिजर्व, व्हाई इट इज कीपिंग विद इन द पॉकेट ऑफ आरबीआई, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज अपने पास रखते हैं आरबीआई। व्हाट इज इट? व्हाट इज द पर्पस? फॉर स्टेबलाइजिंग द इकोनॉमी, इकोनॉमी को बैलेंसिंग करना है, टू प्रोमोटिंग द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड को प्रमोट करने के लिए। Understand? So external money of a country stable and central bank maintain foreign exchange in order to promote foreign trade and to stabilize the economy ठीक है। So this is the seventh function of RBI. The last one more function we are going to study that is very, very important. That function, if you have understood and if you have learned, then that function will help out you to while appearing the examination. The question can come from determination of income and employment chapter also. Okay? There also it will work out. So that function I am going to teach you soon. Come on, come on. हमारे साथ श्री रघुनाथ तो किस बात की चिंता. हमारे साथ श्री रघुनाथ तो किस बात की चिंता. Until line I will go to my dears. शरण में रख दिया जब बात तो किस बात की चिंता. Last function of RBI is controller of money supply. And credit. Two categories: quantitative instrument and qualitative instrument. Yes. So this function I am going to uploading in the next video. I just don't want to give you any burden because this is economics with a music. We do enjoy our learning of this subject, the great subject of economics. Signing out, Sarada Kishore. All the best, my dear students. Like and subscribe. Press the bell icon to get you the notification when I am uploading the video of our subject of economics. Do you want to score 100 on 100 marks? Don't skip it. You can definitely score full marks and guarantee. Are you ready?